Hello, podcast fans. Adam Carolla here. I'm leading the fight against patent trolls who are threatening this medium. It's not about me. It's about the podcast you're listening to right now. If I go down, this show could be next. So visit fundanything.com/patent troll for more information on how you can keep podcasting alive. Thank you and mahalo.
You are now listening to the J Porks Experience. Listen free on iTunes or at theandydareshow.com. Now, here's Jay.
Yo, what is the word, people? Welcome to another action-packed edition of the J Porks Experience. I'm Jay Porks. With me, as always, on the other side of the glass, making sure this is a well-oiled podcast machine. Every week is nobody. It actually was going to change this week. I was going to have Andy sit in, but I needed to find a window to record this, and it wasn't a time where Andy is normally awake. So we're not going to bother him this week, but we're going to have him on. We will have him on. It is his network after all. So we got a couple of things to get to today. A couple of things all involving one thing. Not really, but sort of. First, I'll give you the list of websites you need to go to help keep me in business. First of all, I needed to go to concertconfessions.com, where I was born and bred, for your live music news and reviews. For fans, by fans. We've got some festival lineups up. We got a preview of Lou Fest 2014. That's going to have Outkast, Arctic Monkeys, Cake, Group Love, and more. And we also have Riot Fest announced their 2014 mega lineup, and I will read some of that to you coming up later on. And if you want to join our family, you're always feel free. Feel free like it costs no money, Just hit me up. I'll show you how to do that. What else is going on here? ChristinaRocks.com. For the Time Warp, 89xradio.com on the weekends. Not on the weekends, on Sunday. I do that every week. Every week I say on the weekends when it's Sunday. So I say that the people at that radio station just have Christina work Saturdays. Unless she doesn't want to work Saturdays, then there's that. But she's got old school alternative. It's Throwback Sunday every Sunday morning, 8 to 12. 89xradio.com. Streamed worldwide, a division of Bell Media. And she has a website. Hang the DJ, ChristinaRocks.com, no H. So you hit that up for all your music, for more music news. Listen, with me and my friends, we got you covered with music news this century. Also, I need to go to theandydareshow.com for all your podcasting needs. Don't be selfish. Don't just listen to me and say, okay, I'm done. I've done my part. No. Back up. Beep, beep, beep. Back up the truck. You got to check out the flagship show, The Andy Deer Show. You've got to check out the Tyler Cale Show. He's rocking on the best coast, the west coast. I'm on the least coast, the east coast. Rhyming in podcasts. So when you're at theandydeershow.com and when you're at concertconfessions.com, I need you to click the Amazon ads. Because you are going to buy stuff anyway. Might as well buy it here. And of course, AnnieQuiet.com is your source for quality. And the headlines are powered by Annie Quiet. There's a review of the Black Keys continue their arena reign with Turn Blue, with a mix of atmospheric blues, radio-friendly stomp, and honest-to-God psych rock guitar solos. The Black Keys solidify their place as rock and roll's biggest band. Honest-to-God psych guitar rock solo? Whatever. We've got live shots. Mastodon and Gorgia hit the 930 Club in D.C. Ooh, we got somebody in D.C. now? That's huge. That's huge for AQ. Because there's a lot of shit that goes down at the 930 Club. You can listen to Just One Drink, another preview from Jack White's upcoming album. And let's pause. Let's pause and talk about who Jack White and who was it? Neil Young? Who pressed the record with Jack White on TV? Jack White was on Fallon with Neil Young. The Tonight Show. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not. It's the Tonight. I'm still in this world where I forget that Jimmy Fallon is the host of the motherfucking Tonight Show. Okay, it's a little creepy to me. But yeah, Neil Young and Jack White. Neil Young was performing as Jack White was pressing a vinyl copy of the. Do I give a fuck? I mean, I don't. Has anyone ever said, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna take you to the MP3 factory and show you how MP3s are made"? I don't care. I just want it done. Oh my God, he's pressing the record. This is so vintage. They didn't press records that fast back in the day. You know, I mean, I'm not much of a vinyl enthusiast, but I fancy myself technologically savvy. And I know in the 1960s they weren't pressing records during late night television shows. I know it was a little longer process than that. But I digress. Also in the headlines, we have a new music from Failure. You can listen to Come Crashing. Band's first new song in 18 years. Fish set to release their 12th studio album, Fuego, on June 24th. Fuego. So, on Halloween, when they played Wingsuit, what was called their new album, that wasn't their new album. The new album is Fuego, and the album art is a bunch of railroad workers pissing on a fire. Or they might be baseball players. You ever notice, like, you go back to 1920s and you can't tell what if someone's a baseball player or a construction worker because they wear the same fucking uniform? Lou Reed gives musical CPR to Lewis Allen Reed on Lou. Joseph Arthur gives musical CPR to Lewis Allen Reed on Lou. And Bob Dylan returns with Full Moon and Empty Arms. And it's a cover of Frank Sinatra, and it says here, possibly the best record for 2014. I will have to give it a listen later. And who's on TV this week? This is why, one of the main reasons I started frequenting Annie Quiet in the first place was that they had As Seen on TV. Monday night you can get Steve Malkmus and the Jicks. You can get Charles Bradley on Kimmel. Steve Malkmus is on Letterman. Counting Crows are on Seth Meyers. Jamestown Revival is on Craig Ferguson. Band of Skulls is on Carson Daly. On Wednesday on Fallon, Jimmy Page is on with Barry Gibb. You know, if you're interested in thinking of ways to kill yourself, now's the time. And Veruca Salt is on Conan on Wednesday. Fuck you guys, I'm down with that. Rather listen to Veruca Salt than fucking Miley Cyrus covering the Beatles. Let's talk about that for a second. The Billboard Music and Bullshit Awards. Okay, I understand that we're going to have award shows, and that's fine with me. I don't have to watch them all. I didn't. But two things coming from that. One was we had a Michael Jackson hologram. See, the thing about a Michael Jackson hologram is that when the hologram goes to put his penis inside little boys, it's not real, it's a hologram. So, you can't sue the hologram, unfortunately. You can't say that the hologram sexually molested you, or molested your child. I'm sorry, you can't. You just have to enjoy its singing and moonwalking and dancing. So there's that. There's also, the Flaming Lips are doing a Sgt. Pepper's tribute album where I guess they're gonna cover all the songs. They're doing it with Twerky Cyrus, with Miley Cyrus, and they had a performance. There was a taped performance. I have so many problems with this. A taped performance of the Flaming Lips and Miley Cyrus doing "Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds" from some concert within the last couple of days. Now I know you're probably like, why do you click that? I don't know. I honestly don't. Here's what I thought, and you could hear the sadness. I really just said, it can't be that bad, right? How bad could it be? I like covers. I like people that are higher than me. I like the Beatles. This has all the makings for something not bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. And why are award shows showing taped performances? It's a fucking award show. Isn't the point to have live performances? We're gonna tape performances? I got some videos on my YouTube channel you can use if you want. If you need a buffer for the commercial break. You kidding? I could have watched that performance on YouTube a couple of days ago. Fan filmed footage. Listen, I don't care. Miley Cyrus wants to be a twerk monster. That's none of my business. But I would appreciate if the Flaming Lips would just stick to releasing music that was good. But not like that. Wow, we're pre-taping a performance at a fucking award show. What's next? We're gonna pre-tape festival performances and play them over TVs. I mean, I'd like that because I can see, but I don't think the world would. Also, this week we had an announcement that Dinosaur Jr. was playing a show at the Williamsburg Music Hall. Converse Rubber Tracks are sponsoring it. It's on May 28th. And they'll be playing with Creepoid. A band you've heard me talk about on my podcast. And yes, anyway, Williamsburg Music Hall, tickets are free, right? Sounds good, doesn't it? So the tickets were on sale May 14th, Wednesday, May 14th. This just passed. Now, I know you're probably wondering why I'm saying tickets on sale when it's free. Well, I'll tell you. Because even though it's free, they still need your credit card. Because A, they're going to hit you with those processing fees. And B, that's the system they're using to decide it's one per person, I guess, or one, make sure you don't get a bunch of tickets and resell them. Sounds simple enough, right? It's Dinosaur Jr. I mean, if I'm at the computer at noon, it's not like an Arctic Monkeys, it's not a Queens of the Stone Age situation where it's going to sell out in 20 seconds. Right? Wrong. That shit was sold out 12 noon and 36 seconds. I could not get a ticket. There were plenty of people tweeting and complaining about how the system, there was too many people trying to get tickets at once, so it was saying sold out. I saw somebody get a pair of tickets at a 17 past the hour, but I tried until 12:30, 12:45, and I could not get it going. I tried the Ticketmaster app, I tried the Live Nation app. Both times on the Live Nation app, when I got to the point where you pay, air quotes, well, I guess you pay the processing fees, and the app would crash on me. Thanks. And Ticketmaster just always, it said it's sold out, it's sold out. No tickets available right now. It's 12:01, it's Dinosaur Jr., 15 people have heard of them. You know what it is? It's not so many fans of Dinosaur Jr. or fans of Creepoid as it's the fans of Free. speaking of free, the tickets are being resold on StubHub right now, not for free. After the break, I'll give you the prices. So there I was, about to get into a free show. Sold out. I hate the Williamsburg Music Hall anyway. Music Hall of Williamsburg. Whatever it is, that venue in Williamsburg, I hate that fucking place. It is so far from my fucking house. I complain a lot about things, but that place is far. Like, at least the Brooklyn Bowl is the Brooklyn Bowl. You could bowl. It's cool. Music Hall of Williamsburg is on some dead street with, there's a couple of bars on the street that you don't know that they're. I've done this, but I've said this before. It's Williamsburg, so the bar's got no name. It's just a black darkened window, and you just have to know. That's how cool you are. You have to be so cool that you know that that's a bar without somebody telling you that that's a bar. So, what the fuck, bro? Why couldn't I get into this free show? I'll tell you why. Because it's a stupid system. If there's no price, if they're free, then I shouldn't have to go to Ticketmaster.com. Why don't we do it this way? Why don't we kick it old school, and you tell me where I need to line up on the day that the tickets are released, and I'll go line up there, and I'll wait for a ticket. I'll kick it old school. I'll grab a fucking sleeping bag. Or you can just have us go to a website, put our names and emails in, and hold them at will call, and I'll pay you when I get there. Having it sold, having a free show sold on Ticketmaster.com as if it wasn't a free show is just asking for confusion. You want to mix things up. You want a bunch of people to buy the tickets and resell them because that's what's happening. The Music Hall of Williamsburg fits 660 people. I mean, I think I should be one of those 660. I deserve it. Crazy. So, I don't know. I will not buy tickets on StubHub for a free show that I couldn't get into. 20 seconds? Dinosaur Jr.? If they're that big, wouldn't they fucking play the Barclays Center for free? Other news this week. Other annoying news. Breaking. The Foo Fighters are playing a show in Rachel Maddow's living room. No, that's not happening, but in all seriousness, I don't need to see Dave Grohl's face for another good year. I've had enough of it. Now, Dave Grohl has a show on HBO. He has a television show about recording studios. And not last night, on Saturday night, the Foo Fighters were hanging out in New Orleans in the French Quarter. They were in town recording a song from their forthcoming 8th album / HBO series. And then they tweeted a photo of the band with the message, "So, what are you guys up to tonight?" And then they went down St. Peter Street, played a venue. The only special guests were Anderson Cooper and Arcade Fire's Win Butler and Regine something were also allowed inside. So no one else was allowed inside? So here's what happened. So what happened was they tweeted a picture that said, "What are you guys up to tonight?" earlier in the day, which was evidently enough to draw a sizable crowd outside the arena. outside the venue on St. Peter Street. However, only special guests like reporter Anderson Cooper and Arcade Fire's Win Butler were allowed in. So, hey New Orleans, what are you guys up to? Everybody lines up at the venue. Oh, we're only letting the famous people in. Sorry. I mean, look, by the looks of the video, this is not too big of a venue. And I don't know who Trombone Shorty is, but they had him play with on This Is a Call. And as previously reported, this is jambands.com. It's an offshoot of Relix. I'll link you up to it. As previously reported, the Foo Fighters are currently making their way across the country as they record a new album and film an HBO series in 8 different musically rich cities. The album/series will find the band recording one song in an iconic recording studio in each town. While Preservation Hall is technically not a studio, the Foo Fighters rented the space and converted it into a temporary studio with Nevermind producer/garbage drummer Butch Vig. So, if you're... Hold on, breaking. Reverend Al Sharpton is tweeting a picture of... Yeah, the Foo Fighters are playing in Harlem right now. Right now. Was it racist for me to go Harlem with Reverend Al Sharpton? Should I have gone Harlem? Doesn't matter. Point is, the Foo Fighters are going to show up in your town and play a show that you can't get into because Anderson fucking Cooper is watching the gig and tweeting about it. I'm surprised Anderson Cooper doesn't have a job working for Pitchfork right now. So there's that. It's also... You know what we'll do? We'll do the Riot Fest lineup. Riot Fest 2014. We'll do that lineup when we come back after this.
Hey everybody, it's Andy from the Andy Dare Show here. Just want to say that I am super proud to have the J Porks Experience be part of Dare Network. And if you want to keep my little podcast network completely free, all you got to do is go to theandydareshow.com, look on the right-hand side of the page, and you'll click on the Amazon banners for all your Amazon needs, and you'll tip your cap to the J Porks Experience and all the fine broadcasting here on Dare Network. Also, be sure to follow Jay on Twitter at JPorks, Instagram at JPorks, and jporks.blogspot.com. Thank you so much for listening, and back to the J Porks Experience.
And we're back. That was a really annoying end. Sidebar. They sell these pads that you put on the part that hurts. Like, I got one on my arm right now because I thought I could lift. It's obviously not the case. These things don't work. I'm still in pain, it still hurts, and it smells like fucking Vicks Vapor Rub. And it hurts like hell. So, just saying. And, the human race, there's still a chance to save it because I went to StubHub and there actually isn't any Dinosaur Jr. tickets on sale. So, at least the people seem to be going on their own and not selling it. But Converse Rubber Tracks Live is a monthly free concert series supporting emerging music across the US and internationally. This series features an opening artist at every performance who was recorded at the Converse Rubber Tracks studio and has been hand-selected by the headlining act. Now, in its second year, the series began in Brooklyn and has since expanded to San Francisco, Boston, and Los Angeles, with more cities to follow globally. So that's why Converse Rubber Tracks Live is having a free show for Dinosaur Jr. with Creepoid opening. So Dinosaur Jr. likes Creepoid too. And that's cool. Alright, let's get to Riot Fest 2014. It takes place in Humboldt Park in Chicago, September 12th through the 14th. And I'll read what this asshole Jay Porks had to say. So I put a pic of the I'll link you up to it. I got a pic of the lineup, and it says the plan here was to post a pic of all the bands and just name a handful of the ones that us here at Concert Confessions are fans of, and stuff like that. Then, as I kept reading into the poster containing the lineup of the 2014 Riot Fest in Chicago, this thing just has so much one would want to check out. Your top billing is The Cure, Jane's Addiction, The National, Rise Against, and Weezer, while the Flaming Lips, Social Distortion, Slayer, The Offspring, and Staten Island's very own Wu-Tang Clan will be rounding out your 10 highest billed performers. Dig deeper into the lineup and you'll find Pussy Riot, Thurston Moore, Kurt Vile and the Violators. You may also run into Failure and the Dandy Warhols. The Afghan Wigs are back, and you guessed it, they're here too. My new favorite heroes, Mastodon, because they were saying that shit about Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl makes music safer with every track he releases. Mastodon is at this party as well. Feel free to have some fun too. Throw a little cheap trick into your day. Here's the things you don't see on this festival billing. You don't see Outkast, Lorde, Kanye West, Vampire Weekend, and Skrillex, and all those other garbage festival junkies you see on every card. Lots of music with guitars here. So yeah, I've got Weezer, Jane's Addiction, The National, Pussy Riot, Flaming Lips, Slayer, Rise Against, The Cure, Descendants, Wu-Tang Clan, Afghan Wigs, The Offspring, Failure, Thurston Moore, Kurt Vile and the Violators, The Dandy Warhols, Dropkick Murphys, Mastodon, The Buzzcocks, Social D, Guar, obviously not with their lost frontman, Mudhoney, Tegan and Sarah, Patti Smith, Jessica Hernandez and the Deltas, Of Mice and Men, Cheap Trick, Metric, and Anti-Flag round out the names of bands I've heard of. That is a pretty deep festival lineup. The Mighty Mighty Boss Stones are on there too. Jeez. Streetlight Manifesto, Clutch, Cirque du Survive, Dashboard Confessional. There's three question mark slots. So we'll see what that is. And Pussy Riot tweeting in English, also playing festivals. Now, are they going to play or are they going to get on stage and find a way to get arrested? Because I told you, I heard their music. It's not bad. Well, that one song I heard isn't bad. All right. There's that. What else is going on here? The Meat Puppets are going to freaking Australia. They're going to a land down under. Jeff Tweedy's going on a solo tour. I'll hook you up with those links. Alright, so we did some stuff today. We talked about Dave Grohl's HBO show. We talked about Phish releasing an album that they said that's under a different name now. Now it's Fuego. I want to know what happened since Halloween and now to change Wingsuit to Fuego. But that happens. Dave Grohl lands a new HBO show. Joe Walsh confirmed on the Foo Fighters' new album, and it's set to drop this fall. Go to concertconfessions.com, join our family. Tons of stuff to do. Tons of stuff. Also, I just sent an email over to Fox Shazam playing journalist. Let's see how that goes down. I'm trying to get into their show next Friday at the Bowery Ballroom. And if you go to my YouTube, I have some awesome Fox Shazam video, and I only want to add to it. I don't even need... I told them I don't need to be in for free. I just need one ticket to be made available for me to purchase. I will get there and get my spot on my own time. I don't need any special treatment, any credentials, any photo pass. I don't need that. I just need a ticket. I would appreciate it if I got it. So I just need a ticket. So, I mean, and another thing, before we get up out of here, I just want to share this with you. If you follow me on Twitter, you know that I'm somewhat the sports fanatic. I'm not ready for the Rangers to go to the Stanley Cup Finals. Emotionally, physically, mentally, if that happens, I'm not mentally prepared for that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, when you're me and you're a Jets fan, a Knicks fan, and a Rangers fan, you don't prepare for winning much. All I have is the Yankees, and they've only won me one title in the last 15 years, so two, I guess. But the Rangers, who had no business getting by the Penguins. I love that. I love that my hockey team plays the Penguins, who have Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin, the two best players in the league. And then when we get past the Penguins, the commentators say, "Oh well, gotta look out for Montreal. They got the best players in the league. They got the best player in the league." Wait, whoa, whoa! We just played the team with Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin. Those are the best players. What does the next team have? Alex Ovechkin on it? Steven Stamkos? Martin St. Louis? Oh, wait, we have Martin St. Louis. And what the NHL really needs, actually, the NHL is actually going to do very well this year because it's either going to be the Rangers or Montreal. If you get the Montreal Canadiens into the Stanley Cup final, it's going to be ratings central. You get the Rangers into the Stanley Cup final, it's going to be ratings central. And on the other side, you've got, what do we got? Kings, Blackhawks? Any matchup there is going to be good. But what I would like to see the Rangers get. See, look at me. I'm assuming that they're winning. Do you see what happens? This is dangerous. This is dangerous because this is going to be heartbreaking if they lose. And I'm recording this on Monday. They're supposed to play Monday night. So if this goes up on Monday, sometimes I know it goes up on Tuesday, which is fine. But if you're listening to this on Monday, turn on the Ranger game because they've lost 13 straight games while leading in a series, and they're up 1-0. And I'm going to bank that goes to 14 straight games lost while leading a series. But if the Rangers are to advance, I would love for the Kings to make it there so I can give it to all my LA, so I could tweet at fucking Will Wheaton. Let him know that the Rangers are in town. Best goalie in the league. Alright. So me not being mentally prepared for if the Rangers were to make a run towards the Stanley Cup Finals. Not ready. Alright. It seems that the gas is out of the car. This puppy is slowing down. And he's coming to a full stop. I'm going to give you a list of websites you need to go to help keep me in business. Before I get up out of here, first of all, go to anniequiet.com. That's your source for quality headlines powered by Annie Quiet. You go to theandydeershow.com. You listen to me, the Jay Parks Experience. You listen to Tyler Cale, the Tyler Cale Show. You listen to the Andy Deer Show, the flagship show. You listen to Smooth Operators with Tyler and Andy. You go and you click the Amazon ads because you're going to buy stuff anyway. I am waking up every day and there's stuff in my mailbox because I'm going on late night Amazon shopping sprees. I need to go to ChristinaRocks.com. Christina has no H in her name. It's just Christina Rocks. You could Google search Hang the DJ ... and you'll find it as well. She hosts the Time Warp 89xradio.com every Sunday morning. Throwback alternative. And for all your live music, news and reviews, for fans, by fans, I need you to go to contentconfessions.com. Does that sound good? Does that sound like a plan? Also, coming soon, I'm going to try to make a JPorks YouTube channel, like for podcast things only, where I will be, if something happens in the middle of the week and you need my immediate reaction, you're going to get it. I just have to figure out. I logged out of YouTube and I was trying to make a new account, and it wanted to know why I want to make a new account with the same email address. So Google, I would like you to unlink all my shit, please. I don't want all that shit together. I need to be able to create another account. It's called the internet. You have one that you show people, and you have one that you don't show people. More than one that you don't show people. So we're going to try to do that. Or if you got a YouTube page you want to lend me, I'm down with that. Alright. So I gave you a list of websites you need to go to help keep me in business. I gave you the rundown. I begged you to go to my site. And before I go, I'll give you the Urban Dictionary word of the day. Snelfie. And it's when you take a picture of yourself using your smartphone while sneezing. The more you know. Ding. Alright guys, till next week. Whiskey, weed, and Warren Ziva. Later.
This has been the J Porks Experience. Thank you so much for listening.